Good morning everyone, welcome back to our online class. So in this video you are going to study the speaking to the 3A and we will finish our lesson 2 of the unit 3. So today everyone we are going to cover what we have learned from the lesson 2, which is the word order. So do you remember the word order that you have learned previously? Alright, we will look at those words later. But now everyone, let me draw your attention to some of the useful vocabulary that you have learned from the previous video. So let's start with the first word of the unit here. So the first word is, can you tell me? The word is vegetarians. So vegetarians refer to a person who like to eat meat, isn't it? No, right? So vegetarian is a person who doesn't eat meat. He or she eats only vegetable. So we call he or she a vegetarians. Good, let's move on to number 2, the word combine. So in some food making process, you cannot put one thing alone in order to make a good food. You need to combine the ingredients together. So the word combine here means to mix, okay? So you mix something together, you put some things together, which means you combine, okay? Let's move on to number 3. Number 3, the word convenient. Everyone, do you remember this word? Convenient. It functions as an adjective. It used to describe a situation, it used to describe a tool, a things that you use every day. So when you said something is convenient, it means that it is easy to use. For example, nowadays it is very hot. Having air conditioner is convenient for us to live. So having air conditioner is convenient, means that having air conditioner is easy for us to live. Last but not least, we have the word create. So the word create. So when you are creating something, it means that you are making something. So instead of saying, instead of using the word make, you can change it to the word create, which means you start to make something new. You create your own recipe for your future restaurant, yeah, something like that. So the word order here. So this is the grammar focus or the language focus of our speaking to the 3, because in this lesson you learn to describe the process of making or doing something. That is why you need to know the word that express the order. So what are those words? Alright, I hope you remember those words. We have the first, second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. Those are the words that express the order. Instead of using first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine, something like that, it's kind of boring, right? That's why we need another new word to express the order or the step. We have the word next, we have the word then, we have the word after that, okay? So those words are used to describe the process or the order that you have learned in our unit 3 in lesson 2. So in today's video, you are going to look at some of the simple point that you see every time that you study. From unit 1 you can see this point, unit 2 you can see this point, and now unit 3 you can still see this point. And those point is to preparing a presentation. And you might ask, teacher, why we study this point again and again from unit 1 up until unit 3 now? It is a good question, because there are a lot of topics that you can choose from. For example, when your teacher asks you to describe a person or people, you might look at unit 2, which is the lesson that teach you on how to give description, give some example, or if your teacher asks you to do a presentation topic such as how to be a good student, so on and so forth, you need to look at unit 1 of your speaking tutor 3, because those unit will give you how you can give example in order to support your reason. And in this unit 3, it is different, even though you can see the same title, but we focus on a different way of doing your presentation. And in this presentation, we look at the process of doing things. Okay, so it has a different outline, and it shares the same DNA or the same structure of presentation. We have 3 main parts. I hope you remember that. We have the introduction, and you already learned how to start your introduction. We have the body paragraph, which is the main idea of our speech, and we have the conclusion. So in this video, you are going to read a short speech, and then you need to decide which part is the conclusion, which part is the body paragraph, and what is the first paragraph that should come first, and what is the last paragraph. So now everyone, I hope you have the Speaking Tutor 3 course book with you right now, and if you don't mind, just turn your books to page 55 and 56 so that you can see some of the practice exercise. Alright, so I have the book with me now. So here is on page 56. Okay, so here's on page 56. As you can see, there is a box below above the page here, and in the box, which is a short script of the speech. So now everyone, what you need to do is to read the script and put the word. Which one is the introduction, which one is the conclusion, which one is the body part, and which one comes first. You need to put number 1 for the paragraph that should be on the top, and number 3 on the paragraph that come at the end. So now everyone, let's read those all together with me. And if you don't have the book, I suggest you should get the book. Okay, and this time I try to put the reading passage on the screen so that you can read with me, but it is a great idea for all of you to have your own book, because you can practice more exercise in that book. Now everyone, let's read those paragraphs with me all together. My favorite food. In conclusion, sandwiches are my favorite food because they are simple to make. I recommend that everyone enjoy a big juicy sandwich for lunch today. So this part, what is it? So the first one is supposed to be, okay, so you learn a lot about this. You should know it is the conclusion. And conclusion, it is the last part of your speech, right? That is why it should be the third one. So let's move on to the middle one. So this one is done for you. It is the introduction. Hello everyone. The topic of my presentation is my favorite food. I've always loved sandwiches. Today I want to tell you how to make them. So this one is the first one, which is the introduction. Last but not least, we have the last paragraph, and you already know what it is. So let me tell you, it is the body paragraph. It is the main idea of the speech. So let's read the body paragraph with me all together. To begin with, you need 2 slices of bread. Next, put the topping, meat, cheese, and vegetable on one of the slices of the breads. After that, put on your favorite sauces or mayonnaise on the topping. Finally, cover the topping with the other slice of the breads. Very good, everyone. So now you have learned, you have looked at the structure of this presentation, and I hope you are able to analyze the outline of the speech here. So now I want to look at the outline of the speech with me all together. So here is the outline. What you need to do is to fill in the important informations. So let's start with the title. So what is the title of this presentation? So in this presentation, they present about my favorite food, isn't it? All right. So what is the speaker favorite food? Sandwich. So what are the process or what are the steps that the presenter presents to you, the process of making the sandwich? So there are 3 steps, right? So let's start with the first one. So the first one, they need two slices of bread. So you need slice of bread. So the second step, so what is the second step? You put the toppings on the top of the bread. So put the toppings or some of the ingredients like sauces, so on and so forth. Last, you cover the topping with other slice of the bread, because sandwich, everyone, we have two slices of bread, so you need to put it together and press it hard, a little bit hard, so that it become a sandwich. So number 3 is the last step. You need to put the bread together. So this is how you present the topic regarding to the process or the step. And there are a lot of topics that you can adopt this style. You can choose the way to present this. For example, let's say when your teacher asks you the process of making Facebook account. So you need to use first, second, third, and you need to think of the order of the action clearly, right? Or your teacher asks you, what is the process of playing football? So you need to explain the process clearly so that your listener can understand what to do, okay? So everyone, now it comes to the end of our lesson 2. But before we end the lesson, I would like to draw your attention regarding to the last part of our lesson, and this last part is very helpful. And in your books on page 56, you can see there are 3 different type of card, right? So I will put this picture on the screens here so that you can see it clearly. So those are the 3 type of card, 3 different card, and those we call it a palm card. Okay, based on my experience, people call it palm card because it is really small that you can put in your palm in order to help you keep the idea or keep the information for you to do a presentation. Because doing presentation, you cannot read, you are speaking, right? That is why you cannot put a piece of paper in front of you and read for your teacher. But if you have a long presentation, you need some note in order to help you get the idea of what you are going to speak. You will not lost in the middle of your presentation. And these 3 type of card, okay, will help you a lot. But 3 of them are not quite, all of them are not very useful at all. Because look at the first one. There are a lot of words, a lot of detail. So you can look at it and you might not know where you are presenting. You can get lost easily with the first one. So don't use this to help you in your presentation. This similar to the reading passage. It's very, very long. But the second and the third type is the best for all of you to use, because look, it is short. Okay, you can see it's very short. They just show you the picture. They just show you the main idea and the title. So when you are doing your presentation, if you lost one step, for example, you present the first step, do this and do that, and then you kind of a little bit forget about what is the second step. So look at the card, you know the second step. You will not lose in the process of your presentation, and this type of card will help you a lot. So make sure you write a short, simple, small note and put it in your palm. So whenever you do a presentation, for example, let's say your hand like this so no one can see there's a card in your palm, and when you do a presentation you can just look at your note like this, okay, so no one can see or notice. It's a lot better and it looks more natural in your presentation. So that is how I can help you in order to prepare your presentations, and I hope you find this tip and trick helpful for all of you to do a presentation. So this is the end of our video lesson, and I hope to see all of you again in the next video. Goodbye.